No ban, no wall.
America is for all.
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 We're just fighting with everyone else to get no refugee ban.
They want democracy. They're ELL students, and we're their ELL teachers.
All right. Why do you say it is a Muslim ban?
Well, it's banning people from primarily Muslim countries, and it's also specifying that Christians from those countries can come in, which
kind of narrows it down, right?
I'm here to oppose the ban on Muslim refugees and the decision to build a wall at the Mexican border. I feel they are both racist and ineffective measures.
Get up! Get down! There's revolution in this town! Get up! Get down! There's revolution in this town! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
I'm here because I've read the Constitution of the United States, and the First Amendment gives us freedom of religion, but also freedom from religion. We have no established state religion, and a ban on people on the basis of religion, which this president and the other people around him have endorsed and have actually admitted that their executive order is just legalese for a ban on a group of people on the basis of religion, is not only unconstitutional, but it's frightening because throughout history, when people have targeted and gone after people based on religion, things haven't gone very well. It's not the United States that I grew up in.
What are you doing here? It's cold out.
Yeah, it's cold, but I'm here to protesting because Donald, he says he doesn't want no Muslim in here or refugee, and that's bad.
What's bad? Why is bad?
Because our family are back home and we cannot go to them and they cannot come here.
Where's your family from?
Sudan.
And they want to come? Were they gonna come soon, or?
Yeah, they were gonna come soon, but after that they cannot come anymore.
And what relatives are they?
My father and my grandmother.
How long have you been here?
11 years.
No, she's the one that she's like stops. No, she's like.
I'm sorry.
The last 2 weeks, we've seen a rancor against the refugee, against the immigrant. The reality is that those two groups of people are what makes America. Whether you're immigrants from Germany or Ireland, Italy, now whether you're from Saudi Arabia or Kenya or Honduras, where I happen to be from, where I originally was born, we impact this country in a positive way.
Well, we're here.
Why are all these people here?
To stop hate, to say no to hate, to say no to any type of racism, discrimination. In America, we should be welcoming every immigrant. We are a nation of immigrants. So we need to say no to hate. We need to say no to those elected leaders who are pushing hate.
My name is Nadia Ali, and I am a Muslim Sudanese and refugee and an immigrant who has called Des Moines, Iowa home for the past 14 years. I am extremely humbled to live in such a supportive, loving community that comes together in bad and good times. I am overwhelmed today, if you can tell. I'm very overwhelmed with the kind of support that my community has gotten from random people, from strangers, and entire communities as a whole. Despite whatever the law, the executive order is passed, I will always feel strong. I will always feel belonged here in my community. I want to thank you. I want to thank every one of you for coming, for marching with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
I am happy to say I'm an American citizen today, but there was a time where I was a refugee, like those children and those families stuck in our airports at JFK DFW, and all across this country, fighting for a chance to survive, fighting for a better future. Our local hospital was destroyed due to mortar shells. My father was killed 3 months beforehand, and we were in a stateless society. We fled from our capital to a refugee camp in the Kenyan desert, 500 miles away, on foot, hitchhiking, on rides through the UN, and we arrived in a tent, small tent for my entire family, struggling to find food, struggling to find water, for basic health care. And for the first 4 years of my life, I spent that time in a refugee camp in northern Kenya. We were lucky. We were lucky at that time in '96 to get a visa, to become lawful permanent residents of the United States. And we left Kenya and arrived in JFK. And I was not shown away. I was not refused entry, but I was shown warmth, kindness, and allowed to come to this country. And now today what we see is shameful, it is disgusting, and it is un-American, and we need to fight back and say no ban, no wall, no ban, no wall. Thank you so much, and I love every single one of you for coming out here.
You guys are awesome. This is, Iowa's beautiful, Des Moines is beautiful. You guys are so amazing.
I too came here as a refugee, specifically because it was no longer safe to be a Muslim in my homeland of Bosnia. After moving to America, my family saw a lot of hope. We saw a lot of beauty amongst the people of America. We saw a lot of unity. We saw a lot of love. And those are the things that make America great. Mr. Trump, yes, absolutely. All of you here, fighting for what's right, fighting for basic human rights for all people. That's what makes America great again, or what made it great in the first place. So when Mr. Trump spews this hateful rhetoric, I tell him, you cannot make America great by destroying the very foundation that made it great in the first place. This entire country was based on immigrants fleeing for religious freedom, immigrants fleeing to seek safe shelter, to be themselves, to be who they are, to worship the God that they wish to worship, or to not worship any God at all. Separation of church and state, that's what makes America great. But we will counteract every single hateful thing that the Trump administration... We will counteract every single hateful rhetoric with more love and more unity. And I just want to thank all of you for supporting us here today as immigrants, as American citizens, both naturally born and those of us who sought refuge. You are what make America great.
This country is formed largely by immigrants and refugees throughout its history, and we have to recognize that. And we also have to recognize that many people did not choose to come here, but they were brought as slaves. And that's part of the history. We have to recognize what happened to Native Americans. And we have to remember what's going on right now as we speak today at Standing Rock. So it is love that brought us here today. It is our deep Iowa values of compassion and caring for others that led us to be out in this chilly evening. We are here today to tell the world that Iowa is a welcoming place. We are here to tell the world that Muslims, that immigrants and refugees are part of our communities in Iowa, and they make it stronger, they make it more diverse and more beautiful.
Because we are not afraid to stand up. We are not afraid to say, stand up for what is right. Because that's what we have to be able to do. It doesn't make a difference if you are African American, Caucasian, Latino, any other race. It doesn't make a difference if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish. What makes a difference if you believe in your God, if you believe what is right, if you stand up, and even if you're an atheist, you stand for what is right. No justice, no peace, 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 no justice, no peace.
You need to talk to your siblings, your parents, your aunts and uncles who voted for him, who believe that we are the threat to this country. We are not criminals. We are not dead. We are human beings.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.